Niveus Investments was spun off from HCI and listed on the JSE in September 2012. It holds investments in Vukani Gaming, KWC, HCI Bingo and Formex. Niveus has a market cap of 1.4 billion rand, trades on a pro-forma price-to-earnings ratio of 29, but has yet to establish a dividend policy. Paul, let's go directly to you on Niveus. I believe you have a different pronunciation.
No, that's the one I'm familiar with. Look, it is a slightly strange bird because it was spun off out of the HCI group recently, and I'm not entirely sure why they did it. HCI still owns about 60% of the shares in issue. It was a little bit unusual. You kind of got the shares without asking for them. It has the Vukani Gaming thing, which is a sort of low payout machines in bars and that sort of thing. The reason we're talking about it here, though, is that it owns the old KWV production assets. So nothing to do with distillers anymore, just those businesses. It owns Rodeberg and a couple of other liquor brands of its own, and it also owns, I think, a thing called Jimmy Jagger, which has become quite popular with the youngsters.
Where are we going with Niveus in your book, Daniel? Is it worth a foray on the investment side?
Right, so just to discuss first why we're looking at it in this show, it's because of the KWV exposure. I just want to touch on something that Paul pointed out with their Jimmy Jagger product. That's their move into the RTD market. So they've also identified that as a massive growth area. I think the rest of their business is sort of pottering along, not doing fantastically.
You're throwing these acronyms around. So ready to drink market,
yes,
RTD.
RTD.
Paul, remember that
RDT.
for our next discussion.
RDT.
RDT.
No,
RDT.
sorry, RTD.
We must do this
ready
in acronyms in the next show. Daniel, I'm sorry to have interrupted you.
Right, so KWV, I'm not mad about that holding, even though Niveus has recently actually upped their holding of it to now over 50%. The rest of their business is mainly the Vukani Gaming, which is focused in the limited power machines, the LPMs. That is the fastest growing sector. That is the fastest growing area in the gambling sphere. That's a really high growth area, so I'm quite hot on that part of the business. But I think looking at it as a net asset value, a NAV play,
all right, you can stop now. You've made your point. Paul, you're not here in studio to control him. He's lost the plot completely. All right, continue with the acronyms.
Okay, so looking at the NAV, the net asset value, you would have to look at the value of the underlying businesses together. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, those are currently at a premium to the current market price where you can buy it at. So given that the underlying businesses are at a premium to where you can actually buy it, it's not offering that much value at the moment.
Paul, hot or not on Niveus, unless you've got something else to add, sir?
Just quickly, I mean, I don't know why they spun it off, and I'm not quite sure what the plan is, because I don't know why they'd put Formex in there anyway. So maybe HCI has got a plan there, but I mean, at some point they're either going to have to offload or disperse that stake to get it down. So I'm afraid, for me, I'd like to say hot because I like the HCI guys, but I'm going to go kind of confused, not hot right now.
Daniel, hot or not on Niveus?
So if there's one thing that could make me say hot on this, it's the HCI guys, because I back them as excellent management. But it's just a bit too pricey for me at the moment, so I'd say not.